Welcome, class. Welcome to English at Home with your teacher, Karen. I'm so happy to see you today. Even though we're not in school together, we could be learning from home together. So what I would need you to do is make sure that you have your notebook with you because we will be taking some notes, and also your workbook we will be using later on in our lesson. So what I want to talk to you today about is just what's the date, right? The date. So today is April 1st, 2020, and it is Wednesday. So it's Wednesday, April 1st, 2020. And we're going to talk about the weather. Is it cloudy today? Is it sunny? Is it rainy? Yesterday was very dark and cloudy and rainy and a little bit cold. What will today be like? So what's the weather like today? And also, I want to know, how are you feeling? How are you feeling today? You can answer it by saying, I'm feeling sad, or I'm feeling happy, or I'm feeling tired, or I'm feeling energetic. I have a lot of energy today. So there are different ways to respond to that question. How are you feeling? Think about that. Think of how you would respond. We're going to look at this slide about shopping. So our next unit in Ventures is Unit 7, and it is on shopping. We all know about shopping, right? We like to shop in the supermarkets. We shop for clothes. We have online shopping. There's lots of ways to shop. So we're going to be looking at this slide in a minute, but we're going to talk about some words that go along with shopping. And when I think about shopping, I think about one word in particular. I think about the word spend, right? We spend. So when we talk about saving and spending, right? What is saving? How do we save our money? Are we saving when we shop? Sometimes, right? If we have things on sale, we're saving some money when we're shopping, right? Or if we decide we don't need that, right? We're saving our money. How are some ways that you save money? Think about, how do you save money? You can look at our pictures here too. We save money by putting money in the bank, right? Putting it away so we don't use it. We can also save money by spending cash, right? Using cash and not credit. We can look at labels and look at the signs at the stores, at the supermarkets, right? Is this one cost this price? This one cost this price? We can save by comparing prices. And I want you to look at the next word, spending. How do we spend money? There are many ways, right? There are many ways that we spend our money. We spend our money on our bills. We spend our money when we go shopping. We spend our money for food and clothing. We spend our money on gas for cars, rent. So there's lots of ways of how we spend money. We're going to be talking about those two words as it relates to our unit. We also have words that are different from spending and saving, borrowing and lending. So spending and saving are opposites. These words as well are opposites, borrowing and lending. So borrowing means when you take and use with the intention of returning. Can you think of some things that you have borrowed? Or maybe someone has borrowed from you? Can you think of a time when you have borrowed something? I can think about when we're in class together and when we have our break, sometimes we don't have sugar for our tea, right? So we knock next door on the door and we say, "Can we borrow some sugar?" What does that mean? Can we borrow some sugar? Well, that means that we are going to use some of the sugar, but we're going to bring it back next door. We're not going to keep all of the sugar. Right? We are borrowing. Think about other ways on how we borrow. We can borrow from the bank. We could borrow to get a loan for a house or a car. We can borrow clothing from our friends or borrow a book from the library, right? We have the intent of returning. Okay? So if we borrow a book from the library, we return the book to the library. Lending is different. Lending is allowing someone to use something of yours, right? And there's an understanding that that thing will be returned to you, right? So if you lend your car to someone to drive to the doctor's or to drive to the store, they will bring back your car. You are lending your car. You are allowing someone to use your car with the understanding that it will be returned. If you borrow money from the bank is lending you money, right? If they lend you money, the bank lends you money, they are expecting you to return the money, right? So you have to give back the money. So think of some other ways of how we lend things to people. Maybe it's clothes, maybe they're books, cars, right? It's the understanding that these things will be returned. Okay, so we have some words: saving, spending, borrowing, lending. Okay, so let's look at this picture again. What do you see in the picture? We have a few pictures to look at. So let's look at picture 1. What do you see? You probably are saying cars, right? I see cars in different colors, right? Cars in different colors, and they look like this similar cars. In the second picture, I see, what do you see? I see a man. He's about to shake hands with someone. Okay? He has a tie on, and he is standing in front of the car. In the third picture, what do you see? I see 2 people talking, and they are talking, and the cars are around them. In the fourth picture, what do you see? I see a price list, and then a total vehicle price is at the bottom. So vehicle is another word for car. So this is a price of a car. In the fifth picture, looks like there's a flag waving, and it says used cars. And you might know that used cars means cars that have been driven. And maybe they have a few miles, maybe they have 100 miles, maybe they have a few thousand miles, maybe they have many, many miles on them, but they have been used. So someone has driven the car before, and you are able to purchase it maybe at a lower price. Okay, so this is the beginning of our unit, and these are some pictures just to get us thinking about what we are going to be listening to, reading about. So we will come back to this. Okay, so we have some new words. If we look at the first picture again, we have to think, where is this? What is the name for a place where there are lots of cars that are going to be sold? And the name is called a car dealership. Car dealership. The picture of the man that's about to shake hands, he is a salesperson. He is going to try to sell a car. Salesperson. And the people speaking in this picture, they are the customers. They are potential. Maybe they will buy the car. Okay, they are called customers. Okay. So we have 3 new words here. Car dealership, salesperson, customers. So the next part we're going to do is listen. We are going to listen to the conversation between the customers. Okay. So let's listen, and I want you to think about who is speaking. What are they talking about? Who is speaking? Who are the speakers? And what are they talking about? So let's listen now.
Unit 7, Shopping. Page 85, exercises 2A and 2B.
Julie, look at this car. Automatic transmission, air conditioning, leather seats, sunroof, power windows. It's got everything. And it's only $27,500.
Ken, are you crazy? With tax and fees, that's about $30,000. We can't afford $30,000 for a car. Where are we going to get the money? The balance in our savings account is less than $8,000.
No problem. Look here. It says special financing available. Only 4% interest with 60 months to pay off the loan.
60 months to pay? That's 5 years. We're going to pay for that car every month for 5 years. Ken, you know I'm afraid of getting into debt. We have bills to pay every month, and we need to save money for college for the kids.
Well, Julie, tell me, do we need a car or don't we need a car? Our old one always needs repair, and it's...
Okay. We do need a car, but we don't need a new car. We could look for a used car. Let's go across the street and look. I'm sure we can find a good used car for $10,000 or even less than that.
Yeah, but Julie, look at this car. It's a beauty. We should get it. We can buy the car on credit. Everybody does it.
No, not everybody. My father always paid cash for everything. He didn't even have a credit card.
Well, your father never had any fun.
Oh.
And I'm not your father.
Unit 7, Shopping.
Okay, so from that, we should think about who are the speakers and what are they talking about. I want you to think about it, and I want you to write in your notebook a couple of things that you remember, some of the details, and we can play this again so you can hear it again, but I want you to write down a few details from your listening.